Let's walk through how you can use Telemetrio for your business. First, let's start with finding channels. To open Channel Search, go to the Catalog tab and select the first option. This will take you to the Channel Search page. Below, you can see the area where all channels can be filtered. When we click the Filter button, the available filters open. These filters can be used both for channels and for bots. Here, we can switch between channels and bots. Let's first look at how we work with channels. We can select the category the channel belongs to. For example, let's choose Economy and Finance. Next, we can select the number of subscribers for the channel. The system offers standard options, but you can also manually enter the specific range you need for your search. Then we can look at the channel's ER or engagement rate. This shows the ratio of subscribers who actually view the channel's posts. In other words, what percentage of the total subscriber base is viewing the content. We can also use the Ads Index. This metric shows how suitable a channel is for advertising based on the system's recommendation. If we're talking about the top ratings A+, A, B+, and B, we can say that the channel is a strong option for advertising and that we recommend placing ads there. If the rating is lower, it is better to avoid placing ads on those channels. Next, we can see the filter for channels flagged for suspicious or artificial traffic. You can choose whether to show them or hide them completely. We can also check whether a channel has been promoted through Telegram ads within a selected time period. You simply choose the time range you are interested in. There are also additional filters. These can be configured based on channel views, post views, and channel type. For example, you can choose whether you want to see all channels, only private channels, or only public channels. You can also select the country where you want to run the search. For example, let's choose the United Kingdom. Then we can select the language. The age of the channel can also be selected. If audience gender matters to you, for example, whether the channel has a larger female or male audience, you can set that as a percentage range. There are also additional parameters related to channel verification, inactive channels, and blocked channels. After we configure these filters, the system shows us the channels that match the selected criteria. We can also sort the results by different metrics. For example, if we need to sort by Ads Index, we click on it, and the system first shows us the best channels for advertising, then sorts them in descending order down to the weakest options. The same type of sorting can be applied to any category or metric. If you need more information about a specific metric, you can also see a short explanation right here. For example, you can check what views mean or what ER means in case you forget what a certain indicator stands for. At the end of each row, you can also see the channel's country and language. Now let's look at the tools for analyzing posts inside channels. Telemetrio offers several options for analyzing posts, including advertising content. Let's start with the first one, advertising posts. We go to Tools and then open Advertising Posts. On this page, we can see posts that the system identifies as advertising posts. Most likely, these are native ads that mention a certain business, page, product, or any other entity that the channel wanted to highlight or promote. To analyze these posts, we use the filters on the left-hand side. First, we can choose the period when these posts were published. We can use one of the suggested time ranges, or we can select a specific custom period in the calendar. Next, we enter the text that we want the system to search for. We can also add a specific channel that we are interested in, for example, to check whether that channel was mentioned or advertised across other channels. We can also enter the channel whose posts we want to review. Then we can select a category. You can choose one category or several categories. Next, we select one or multiple countries. In this example, we currently have 2 countries selected. We can also set a view range and then click Filter to search for these creatives. After that, we can review and analyze the results. We can see the mentioned keyword, the number of views, and we can open the analytics for the channel. The system also shows warnings if there are any, as well as all available analytics for that channel, including timing, view dynamics, and other performance data. The next tool is the Search for Telegram Ads creatives. These are the creatives that were used through the official Telegram Ads platform. Here, we also have filters that we can configure. We can choose the ad type, all ads, ads in channels, ads in bots, website ads, or ads for personal accounts. Then we select the time period. We can also choose the format, text-only ads, ads with emoji, image ads, or video ads. For example, let's select image ads. The system will show us the ads that were displayed in channels. Next, we select the language. For example, let's choose English. Then we choose the category and country, and the system finds matching creatives. We can analyze and sort them. We can open the channel itself or view the details. In the details, you can see the number of channels where this ad was shown, the list of those channels, and all the same information about those channels that you would see in the general channel catalog. It is also worth noting that export is available here. You can export the list of channels, depending on your plan. The export limit will vary by subscription plan, or it can be purchased as a separate service. Now, let's move on to advertisers. At the top, we can see a short selection of advertisers, but below that, we can use filters to choose exactly what we need. There is a general search field where we can enter any keywords needed for the search. We can select the ad type, just like in the previous section. We can also search for ads in a specific channel to analyze what exactly that channel is promoting. Then we select the category and country. Based on these filters, we can review all available information, the number of promoted channels, the number of posts, the date, and the type, whether it was a channel, bot, and so on. It is also important to mention the Saved tab. Here, you can build your own collection. How does it work? When you are in the main creative catalog, there is a heart icon above each creative. When you click it, the creative is automatically added to your saved items. To analyze all posts, not only advertising posts, we can use Post Search. Go to Tools and open Post Search. This search works similarly to Google. You enter the word you are interested in, and then continue configuring the filters. You select the period, then, as usual, you can select the category. For example, I'll choose several categories for a broader search. You can select as many categories as you need. The same applies to countries. You can choose multiple countries. Then you select the language and choose what the system should show. All posts, advertising posts, deleted posts, non-deleted posts, and so on. You can also check this box if you want the system to search for the exact word only. If the word appears in a different form, the system will not include it in the results. If you do not check this box, the system may suggest or include similar word forms. You can also add a negative keyword if you want to exclude posts where a specific word appears near your selected keyword. Then you choose which channels the system should filter through and click Search. The system shows all posts where your keyword was mentioned. You can review them, copy a link to the post, or open the post directly in Telegram. You can immediately see the reactions to the post. You can also open the post and review it in more detail. In this example, we can see that one of the results comes from a channel flagged for artificial traffic. The system immediately shows the label indicating that this channel is suspicious. You can also view subscriber data and other key metrics. This is how post search works. Another useful tool is tracking, which allows you to monitor specific events or mentions. The system uses tracking cards. You can edit an existing card or create a new one. First, you choose what you want to track. This can be words or phrases, or it can be channels and chats. For example, if we are talking about tracking mentions in posts, we choose words or phrases. Then we move to the next step and name the card. This name is only for your own convenience, so you can easily find the card later. In the next field, we need to enter the word or phrase that we want to track. We can enter the same keyword we used earlier. You can also add multiple words. For example, we can add another keyword, and we can continue adding as many keywords as we need. You can also exclude certain words. For example, we can add a word that should be excluded from the search. You can add several excluded words as well. Then we move to the next step. We choose where these posts should be tracked, in both channels and chats, or separately in either channels or chats. Then we select the country. You can select several countries at once. For example, here I've already selected 5 countries. Then we choose the language and category. The category list is the same as in the other tools, and you can select multiple categories. There are also additional parameters. You can track all channels and chats, or you can specify particular ones. You can also exclude specific channels or chats. In this example, we'll track all channels and create the card. Now the new tracking card has been created. Since it is new, it does not yet contain collected posts. It will start collecting data from the moment it is created. We can also open a tracking card that was created earlier and see what information it has already collected. You can also connect notifications to your Telegram channel or group. When new posts matching your parameters appear, the system will notify you. This way, you can conveniently monitor Telegram and stay up to date with the information that matters to your business. Here, I'm also showing how you can switch between searches and how you can review analytics for the collected posts. One of the key advantages of the team plan is access to dashboards. This functionality allows you to conduct a full marketing research analysis of the Telegram market. You can study your current market, explore other markets if you are planning to expand, and use this data to build a complete strategy. The first section on the left shows market volume. For example, if you are planning to enter a new market, you can research the size of that market, look at the number of channels, and see how they are growing. You can select the country, category, and time period, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, or the entire available period. On the left-hand side, we can see that we can analyze channels, bots, and Telegram ads campaigns. For example, if we look at growth trends, we can see what is currently trending, either overall or by selecting a specific country, category, and time period, such as 1 day or 7 days. This allows you to track trends in real time. At the bottom of each category, there are answers to the main questions that may come up while using the functionality. You can also conduct research on advertisers and external advertising activity, including ads in channels and Telegram ads. Here we can also select the country, category, and time period. There is also an FAQ section with answers to common questions. If you are interested in seeing which advertisers are currently at the top, you can review this ranking and statistics. You can go through each of these dashboard sections in the same way: channels, bots, and Telegram ads. All of this data is available and can be used as the basis for a full market research report. If you need additional data, or if you need a custom individual research report prepared specifically for your business, you can always contact our manager. For an additional fee, they can prepare this research for you. Now let's also talk about the account area. On the team plan, you can manage your subscription and team access. To do this, go to the profile icon on the left-hand side and open your personal account. Here you can see your current plan and manage your team members. On the team plan, you will have a certain number of seats for your employees. The plan starts from 3 seats and can include more, depending on your company's needs. You can invite an employee via Telegram or email. After you send the invitation, the employee joins your workspace, and you will see them here. They will be able to use the service fully, while you can remove them at any time and add a new employee to that seat.